measurements. Hey, welcome back to this short form video series on the fighting fantasy game and the ways I'd like to change its design. Now, how much can I carry? How far can my bow shoot? What's the radius on that fireball? How big is that dragon? How long is this enchantment gonna last? All good questions that come up in many a fantasy game. Now, while most use tokens or maps to judge distance and size, or turns and rounds to track time, Fighting Fantasy takes a somewhat different approach to most of this. Time is tracked in three different ways. You've got combat time, as we've talked about before, which is in rounds, fairly narrative, but assumed to be a very short period of in-game time. You have travel time, assumed to be a long period of in-game time and is mostly hand-waved. And you have my favorite, general in-game time, which is tracked in real time with a watch. But basically, if it's going to take 10 minutes to search that room, set a timer for 10 minutes, and that's how long it's gonna take. For weight and size, you have weight is a basic set from light to heavy. You are assumed to have 10 item slots, and a heavy item might take up more than one slot, right? Size is not something I could find in the book, so I'm actually not entirely sure if there's a size system in this game at all. But for distance, that's somewhat contradictory, right? Many points of the book tell you, wow, don't worry about distance, just hand wave it, it's fine. But then you turn around and there's a whole chart for arrow ranges. This is no doubt to impose modifiers on ranged attacks, but it still feels like a very inconsistent application of the rule, and that's weird. So when I change a lot of this, not much of it. I mean, I take out those arrow tables, but I would probably keep the time thing. I think that's great. I love it. I would keep weight and just have a very similar chart for size. And then for distance, I would probably institute a close, near, and far thing for like within melee, within movement, or outside of movement. It's really just a project of cleaning up the stuff that's already there, but keeping it basic. Anyway, I think I'm out of time here, and so that's it for me. Anyway, thanks for watching, and tune in next time.